Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing the Avengers Quinjet. This set is set number 76248 with 795 pieces and rated 9 and up. This set was released for $100 and has 5 minifigures including Iron Man, Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, and Loki. Let's take a look at the back of the box. On first glance, this does seem like a high price tag for only around 800 pieces for $100. But there are many reasons why this is more, and I'll explain that in the video. But you can see immediately there are 2 different sticker sheets that you can apply to the set. And before we get into the review too much, I do have the Avengers sticker sheet because this is the one I chose to not put on the Quinjet because it's inaccurate from the scene itself. Yeah, it's pretty good, and it has a lot of decent Avengers stickers, but I just wish... I don't want to buy another, but I might not. I'm not doing that. But yeah, that's the Avengers sticker sheet. First up, we have Black Widow, and Black Widow has some very detailed arm printing, and she has no leg printing, which is kind of sad for a minifigure this good. She has 2 lightsaber pieces for her batons, and has decent front printing and very decent back printing, and then she also has a secondary face, that's her main one, and that is her secondary one. Next up, we have Thor, and Thor has no leg printing again, which is just the same legs from Black Widow. And he has the face from Avengers Endgame, which is inaccurate from the scene, but it's okay because it looks fairly decent. He has Mjolnir in one hand and then a lightning rod in the other. And then he has very decent back printing and, of course, the secondary face with very basic printing all around. Next up, we have Captain America, or Steve Rogers. Again, he has no leg printing, but is the suit from the 2012 Avengers. And it also comes back in Avengers Endgame. There's his first face print, and the second one, he kind of looks like Buzz Lightyear. And then he has the old school Captain America shield, which is actually printed on instead of it being a red shield. Here we have Iron Man. This is either Mark 7 or Mark 8 from the Avengers movie. It has very good printing from the time, and has the new helmet mold, which is just a thicker design so the helmets don't break as easy. And of course, he has this first face and the secondary face. And of course, they have to include his hairpiece because they include it in any set he comes in. Last but definitely not least, we have Loki, which has very good printing all around, has a very good horn piece and the scepter, which sadly does not have, it's not accurate, but is still very decent. There's a look at the back of him. Give me just 2 seconds. That doesn't help much. I try to turn a light. And he has a very exclusive face print with the mouthpiece over him. He also comes with a hairpiece in the set to match that face, and then this face as well. So Thor and Loki both have the single hole cape from the 4+ sets, and some people didn't like this decision, but I absolutely do, because I think it puts less wear and tear over the capes over the years, and just keeps them newer for longer. Now we can take a look at the Quinjet, and immediately you'll notice this, which is for Iron Man, which we'll get to in a little bit. It has his shield stickers all around, and is a very good design overall. There's a stand for the set, so I'll show you what it looks like with the stand. Here's the set up on the stand, and it can be put 4 different ways. You can put it sideways, and then a few different ways as well. Here's a top view of the set, and it looks really good, and is very well sized for $100. Here's the bottom view of the set, and there's a few things I'll show you in a minute. But first, we're going to get into the interior of the set. So first, you can open up this first cockpit, and you can fit 2 minifigures inside, which will do. I put Black Widow and Captain America in the front, and you can close it up, and they fit very nicely inside. And in the back, there is a little hole that goes into the rest of the interior of the set. To access that interior, you just lift up with this, and you get a pretty well interior into the rest of the set. You can sit down the minifigures very comfortably. Sadly, you can only have Loki's horns on those 2 and not in there, because it doesn't fit him right. And then, of course, you can close that back up. But before we do, I'm going to put all their items inside, which is a fairly decent place to store them. Next up, we can take a look at the underside of it. So first, before we do that, we can pull down these, which are the landing gear for it. There's one on either side. And there's also one more in the front, which is the hardest one to get out. But you just have to play with it for a minute. Pull that, and then you have the landing gear. So you can have it technically roll around. On the underside as well, there is a gun, which you can fold up. You need the landing gear to be folded up, but you can fold it up like that, which is also a scene from the first Avengers. I'm just going to fold that back out for a minute. It'll take like 30 seconds. Sometimes you have to grip the tires like that. One thing that's not great with the set is that there is a hole in the build when the landing gear is down. So if you want to split it like that, it could become a problem. So then on the back side of the set, you can fold down a ramp. And with it, you can fold it all the way down with the landing gear up, but it is a little iffy. So it's probably best if you want to have that display like this to not have the landing gear down. And here's a look at the interior. You can see a handcuffs, microphone, and walkie-talkie, and a few different items, and a good look into the rest of the interior. You can even see the front where I'm putting my finger so you can see. So yeah, it goes really far in. Yeah. Next, we can take a look at a few of the moving features. You can lift both of these up, which aren't supposed to move, and you can see a little bit of the under detailing, which is not that ideal for the set, but it does work fairly well. Next, we have these inner pieces, which can fold up and down, which are a little finicky, but they do work. And then you can fold these up and down, which aren't 100% accurate, but they do look good. And last but not least, we can put Iron Man on a stand. And it is very easy to place him on, and it's great to display it like that. Then with the last feature of the set, you can fold up the landing gear and put them back right inside the set. You can't put them up automatically sometimes. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't because the back wheels move. One last thing before we end the video is that the engines can be put forward or backwards. I don't know how to get best detail, but like that is probably a decent angle for it. But yeah, this is the finished model, and we can place it back onto the stand. So I'll put it sideways this time so you get a different angle of it. Yeah, this is what the set looks like up on a stand, and it looks very good. I think it's well worth $100. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all again soon, and goodbye.